Welcome to Stellina's channel. You are on planet Earth. Okay, so let's start all over from the beginning how the Earth was formed. Now, according to the Big Bang theory, it is formed from the debris left over from the explosion of a giant star. First, the Sun was formed and the debris spun around the newly formed Sun and clumped together into rocks called planets. These rocks were again pulled together to form planets including Earth. At first, the Earth was just a mass of molten rock, but after 50 million years, a giant rock collided with the newly born Earth and the impact debris formed Moon. There are many theories that explains about the formation of planet, about the evolution of life, but no theory is perfectly true because no scientific data, no scientific instrument can tell you exactly about the past things. You know, the Earth is considered as one of the blessed planets in the universe. But what are the reasons it is considered as one of the rarest planets of the universe? So basically there are 5 reasons. The first reason is its distance from the Sun. Yes, the planet Earth is at the right distance from the Sun. Imagine if it is at the place of Mercury or Venus, then it would be too hot to survive, while at the place of Uranus or Neptune, then it would be too cold to survive. Even at the place of Mars, the temperatures can go below zero during the daytime, but at the place where the planet is right now, the temperatures remain moderate. The second reason is its axial tilt. Yes, the planet Earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees, and that's the reason there is no sudden change in the temperature with the seasons. But the most important thing is its stability. Since past years, it won't wobbles. If the axis wobbles within every few years, then the multicellular life can never be evolved. And also it is one of the explanations that why the Earth was so hot that it was covered with lava flows, while on the other it was so cold that it was covered with snow. Luckily, the axis wobbles within every 40,000 million years, so don't worry. Now the third thing is the atmosphere and magnetic field of the planet Earth. The atmosphere and magnetic field kept our planet safe and habitable. It is like the heart of our planet. Without it, complex life can never be evolved, because at one side, atmosphere kept our planet safe from the huge impacts of meteorites and micrometeorites, while on the other side, magnetic field kept our planet safe from the dangerous solar storm particles. Also, the atmosphere keeps us safe from the harmful ultraviolet radiations that are coming from the Sun. So, a big thanks to the atmosphere and magnetic field of the Earth. Now, the fourth reason is the landscape. Well, the landscape did not help in the evolution of life in any way, but it helped developing the diversity in living organisms. Different landforms give different conditions to a single organism to evolve in a different way. That created diversity on the planet. Moreover, different landforms add some beauty to the planet that makes it different from the other planets of the solar system. Now the fifth reason is the habitability of our planet. This is the most special thing of our planet. No other planet in the crowd of planets that we have discovered have life. Even the unicellular life in this universe is so rare because it is too difficult for having all these things all together at one place. And this makes our planet Earth a blessed planet of this multiverse. Wonderland Earth. Here I am going to talk about some beautiful places of the earth. We know that the 3/4 part of the earth is covered with water while only 1/4 part is covered with land. So let's have a look to 7 continents, the 1/4 part of the earth. Australia. Australia includes all the land that sits on the main continental shelf. Mainland Australia is the smallest continent in the world. It has grasslands, woodlands, rainforests, but most of it is desert or semi-desert. It is the driest inhabited continent in the world. Europe. Europe is the second smallest continent of the world with a very long coastline. In the north, it has ancient glaciated mountains. Across the center are the lowlands of North European plains, while much of the southern Europe has been piled up into young mountain ranges like the European Alps. Antarctica is the ice-covered continent at the South Pole. It is one of the driest places on Earth, receiving barely any snow or rain. It is also the third smallest continent in the world. The most interesting thing about the continent is that it is the coldest place on Earth. Even in summer, the temperature rarely climbs over -25 degrees Celsius. The ice caps of Antarctica contains around 70% of Earth's fresh water. South America, the world's 4th largest continent and the only continent reaching so far south. The Andes Mountain, the world's longest mountain range, is located here, but the heart of the continent is Amazon rainforest, which is located around the Amazon River. Quito in Ecuador is called the land of eternal spring because its temperature never goes below 8 degrees Celsius during the night and never climbs over 22 degrees Celsius during the day. America, the world's 3rd largest continent, whose long north side is bounded by the icy Arctic Ocean, while the south side is bounded by the Gulf of Mexico. Mountain ranges run down each side of North America. In between these mountain ranges lie vast interior plains. The Great Grand Canyon, one of the world's most spectacular gorges, lie here. Africa, the world's 2nd largest and the warmest continent. It stretches from the Mediterranean in the north to the Cape of Good Hope in the south. Much of Africa consists of vast plains and plateaus and broken in places by the mountains such as Atlas Range in the northwest. Sahara Desert in the north of Africa and the Kalahari in the south are the world's largest desert. The temperatures in Sahara are among the highest on the earth, and also the world's largest sand dunes are found in Sahara. Asia, the world's largest continent, stretching from Europe in the west to Japan in the east. It has huge climate extremes, from a cold polar climate in the north to a hot tropical one in the south. North of Asia, there are vast empty deserts, broad grasslands, and huge coniferous forests, while to the south there are valleys, fertile plains, and steamy tropical jungles. The world's largest lake, Caspian Sea, between Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, is located in Asia only. The world's highest mountain in the world, the Himalayas, with the highest mountain peak of Mount Everest, is located in the world's largest continent, that is in Asia only. Okay, so now let's talk about the 3/4 part of the earth that is covered with water. Pacific, the world's largest ocean. It covers around 1/3 of the earth and it is twice as large as the Atlantic Ocean. Thousands of islands are dotted within the Pacific Ocean. Some are peaks of undersea volcanoes. It has some of the greatest tides of the world. Around the rim there are deep ocean trenches, including the world's deepest, the Mariana Trench. Atlantic, the world's second largest continent, covering around 1/5 of the world's surface. There are very few islands in the middle of Atlantic Ocean. Most lie close to the continents. Mid-Atlantic Ridge is a great undersea ridge that splits the seabed in half. It also contains ocean trenches like Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point of Atlantic. Indian Ocean, the world's third largest ocean that is getting wider by 20 cm every year. The Indian Ocean is cratered with thousands of tropical islands such as Maldives. Like other oceans, the currents in the Indian Ocean change course twice a year. Southern or Antarctic Ocean is the world's fourth largest and youngest ocean. It stretches all the way around Antarctica and is the only ocean that goes all over the world. In winter, over half of the Southern Ocean is covered with ice and ice blotches. Arctic, the world's smallest and shallowest ocean. Most of the Arctic Ocean is permanently covered with the floating raft of ice. During the long winters, which last more than 4 months, the sun never rises above horizon. Temperatures are low all year around, averaging -30 degrees Celsius in winter and sometimes dropping to -70 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now have a look to the living creatures of the earth. Polar and mountain life. The areas of earth around north and south poles are covered with ice all the year. Here the climates are very cold, windy and dry, where only certain animals can survive. These include mountain goats, yaks, snow leopards, Arctic foxes, and small invertebrates such as spiders and mites. The largest land-based predators are found in cold polar Arctic, that is polar bears, that hunt seals from the ice floes. Life in dry lands, arid, semi-arid or desert regions are those where the amount of rainfall is less than the amount of evaporation. This type of biome covers around 20% of Earth's land. The largest is the Sahara Desert in Africa. Plants and animals that live here must be highly specialized to find enough water and food. Small rodents such as mice and reptiles such as snakes and lizards live in deserts along with hardy invertebrates such as camels and fennec fox that can adapt in desert life easily. Deep sea life. It begins where light fades and plants no longer carry out photosynthesis. Depending on water conditions, below 500 to 1000 meter, there is permanent darkness. Pressure at bottom is 1000 times than that at the surface, and that's where most of the deep sea life has remained unexplored yet. There are only 3 sources of food below. First, marine snow, second, hydrothermal vents, and third, dead bodies of whales called whale falls. Creatures called bone-eating snowworms and zombies can finish off a whale fall by consuming even the bones. The deepest sea life is in deep sea trenches, where despite the crushing pressures, jellyfish, shrimps, and flatfishes have been found by research submersible crafts. Many deep sea creatures such as sea pans and comb jellies uses bioluminescence to make light. So let's talk about the future of our planet. Nowadays, climate is changing very quickly due to global warming, and the conditions will be more worse if the overfarming, acid rain, global warming, greenhouse effects and pollutions will be overlooked. But what is its ultimate solution? Space exploration and space colonization. Because to feed the rising population of world, more land will be required, and that can only be obtained by space colonization and not by deforestation. Deforestation and overfarming will never save the life of hungry ones but will take the lives of even the healthy ones, which leads to the end of life on the blue planet. And yes, the pollution levels must be controlled because space colonization too requires time and resources. So think about it.